Good morning, Washington. Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Big Dave here on Dave TV. How you doing? It's the 30th, the last day of November 2011. So anyhow, let's do a little history lesson here today, okay? This is my big road atlas of Europe. I have a huge map collection. I love to collect maps. Love road atlases and all that stuff. I got a whole bunch of old things, and this is from years and years ago. The AA, which is the Automobile Association. We have the AAA in America. In England, they have the AA. It's just the Automobile Association. Here it's the American Automobile Association. In America, AA is Alcoholics Anonymous, but so this is not the Alcoholics Anonymous roadmap of Europe. This is the AA Automobile Association in England. Anyhow, so I'm listening to WMAL this morning. That station, I just got to talk about it, man. Something's wrong with it. So I'm listening to them this morning, and they're making a funny. Mary Catherine Ham gets on there and makes a funny about Barack Obama, who makes some comment yesterday about the Iranian, forces, whoever they are, whether they're from the intelligence agency or they really are students. Anyhow, they invade the British embassy over there. And Obama gets up there and says something like, blah, 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 England, UK, and they actually made fun of Obama for a little, come on. Who doesn't call it England? When you go to London, you don't go to London, Britain. You go to London, England. We're going to England. Everyone says we're going to England. For a radio station to actually make fun of our president for calling it England and then UK, he should have called it Britain. This dopey Mary Catherine Ham says. What is it? Who thought of even bringing something like that up? It just makes the station and its host look stupid. So anyhow, if you look, and I've been to England a couple times, and if you look at the map, there it is, okay? And what is normally called England is actually this little chunk right here, okay, in the southeastern part of Great Britain. Great Britain is this whole island, okay? Great Britain is England, it's Wales over here in the west, and it's Scotland in the north. Okay, but that's not the entire country. The entire country is called the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is Great Britain, England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Okay, the rest of Ireland is a separate country. Okay, Ireland is a country, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a country. Okay, but people just call it Britain, or they just call it England. But of course, the people over there, if you're from Wales or Scotland or Northern Ireland, would not like you calling it England, if you're referring to the whole country. But, it's like not a big deal, and if you're writing about it, even to call it Britain, technically, it leaves out Northern Ireland. You should call it the UK, I think, more than anything else. But anyhow, to hear WMAL's morning show people getting all making fun of Obama this morning. And then Mary Catherine Ham gets on there and says, she just doesn't care whether she's right or wrong. She just wants to make fun of Obama. I don't know, man. Is that really the way you do a quality radio station? I have no problem with a radio station leaning to the right. If that's what they want to do in their presentation, that's fine with me. If you want to say NPR leans to the left and say WMAL wants to lean to the right, I have no problem with that. But if you're going to get on the air and you're going to slam the president, you're going to slam other politicos, make sure you are rock solid right. Correct, don't get on there and do this flippant crap because it just makes you look stupid. WMAL has some serious problems, they did go on FM a couple months ago, and I think that was a good move, but they haven't done anything else. They got this morning show. It's still a mystery to me, it really starting to really rub me the wrong way. First off, we have Mary Catherine Ham, who, I don't know why she's doing radio. She's beautiful. Go Google her. She's a gorgeous person. She's very pretty. But she's stupid and kind of flippant, and she doesn't think before she speaks. And she kind of has this valley girl kind of thing, and she kind of has this attitude where the whole world revolves around her. We had to listen to 20 minutes yesterday of her talking about her stupid vacation to Kenya, as if anybody really cares. Like the whole world's like wants to hear about. There's the whole Washington area wants to hear about Mary Catherine's vacation. It's like bad radio, and she doesn't think before she speaks to many, and it just. I really like that they put a woman finally on a show on WMAL, which is usually all white men. But, there's so many better women that they could have picked. That KT chick who's on all the time. There's a bunch of them, I don't know. Then you got Brian Neiman. And Brian Neiman, I've always liked Brian Neiman a lot. He's an intelligent guy. He was on there with the other morning shows. He was on there with Fred Grandy and Andy Parks, and he was all the different incarnations over the years of that morning show. Brian Neiman's always been there, and he's I always liked him. He was kind of a middle of the road newsy guy, and he gets on there now, and he's obviously trying to spout Republican propaganda. And the guy's not a real Republican. You just know it. He's not a conservative. I'm sure Brian Neiman votes Democrat. I'm sure he's a liberal. He just, you can hear it oozing through his pores. I'm not a real conservative. And when he does these kind of pretends to be this kind of conservative voice on the station, you just cringe and go, oh man, this guy doesn't even play it well. I'm not sure all these guys that do these talk shows are really conservatives. I really don't know if Chris Plant is, but at least he plays a good one on the radio, and people can argue whether he's convincing or not. I guess he is, but Neiman isn't convincing. Neiman, when he comes on and spouts some of this Republican talking points, you just cringe and go, man, Brian, it doesn't work. I can see right through it. And then you got this great mystery of Brian Wilson. We're not talking about the BG. Sorry about that. We're not talking about the Beach Boy. We're talking about Brian Wilson. First off, he was a longtime Channel 5 newsman. Okay, prestigious station, prestigious career, lots of good work there. And then he moves on to Fox News. After Fox buys Channel 5, it's just a stepping stone. So now he's at Fox News for a number of years. And again, prestigious job, prestigious career, whether you like Fox News or not. I think Brian Wilson was one of the more down the road, solid journalist reporters over there at Fox News over the years, and covered the White House in Washington and did a great job of it. So then he leaves Fox News a year or two ago, and now he's at WMAL doing their morning show. And I do like Brian, don't get me wrong, but he tends to kind of spout off things sometimes. And the thing I think that really cheapens him is doing all these ads. A lot of these radio people do a lot of, personal testimonial ads for all these products. They get a lot of pressure to do so. They probably get free services and all that. And I don't know, I really think it's making Brian look kind of cheap and tawdry. He just does. For somebody who's been in a news tradition to now be getting on the air and talking up, carpet cleaning firms and gutter replacement firms and medical scan firms and I have a medical scan and it's like, who cares? It makes you look stupid. WMAL, I don't know, it's a broken station. It's broken. And they have such an opportunity here with the move to FM to really do something with that station, and they're just not doing it. For years and years, the station was run by Citadel, which was a crappy company, and now it's run by Cumulus, which I'm told is just as crappy a company. And, I don't know. The station is going to just sit there. And then in a month, sometime in early January, CBS is going to be starting a new news talker, WNEW, on a news station on 99.1. So we're going to be having WMAL is going to be not only against WTOP, but they're going to be against this new WNEW. They're going to be up against WAMU. And, it's just like, hey, it's time for the station to really start to do something, and they're just not doing it. They've got this morning show that's floundering. They got this kind of dumbass on in late mornings, and then they just flip over to the satellite at noon. And from noon until 5 in the morning, the next morning, they're all plugged into the satellite. There's no local content on the station. I mean, if they're going to try to get WT, at least cut into WTOP's ratings a little bit. They need to get a live and local afternoon drive show. They need to bolster that morning show with at least some professional sounding people. I mean, I listen to that show and I'm going, if these people were at my dinner table, I could, even me, I could have a logistical decent argument with them. They're so dopey. I listen, I like, as people tell me, first off, I'm a liberal, okay? But I love listening to good conservative radio. And Ron Smith is good. I love listening, poor old Ron. It just makes me sad, facing cancer and all that. It's a terrible thing. But, it's sad because Ron Smith did it right. Classy, intelligent, great radio. I didn't agree with him all the time, and he had guests on that sometimes made me mad. But, he always was a classy guy, and he knew how to do radio right. And I think it would behoove WMAL to go back and listen to some old WBAL radio tapes if they haven't, and see what Ron Smith has been doing and try to emulate that on your station, because that's what WMAL needs to be doing more of. Yeah, right-leaning, conservative talk, I have no problem with that, but let's put a little intelligence into it. A little less of this silly name calling. You're programming for the Washington market. This isn't Tallahassee or Altoona. There are a lot of political people here in this market that know a lot about politics, and they're very intelligent. And you need to have, if you're going to do right-wing talk in an intelligent market like Washington, you can't just do this plug-and-play crap that Cumulus is doing on WMAL. You need a better quality morning host. I think Brian Wilson and Brian Neiman could salvage the show if they just, got smart, maybe ditched Mary Catherine Ham, got rid of Chris Plant, put somebody intelligent, even if you got to pipe in Laura Ingraham or somebody, somebody for that 9 o'clock show that isn't a dipshit. Okay, Kerry Rush, move Hannity to the evenings or something and then do a live and local show. Maybe get Chris Core back or somebody like that. I don't know. But, and they need to get that full-fledged news department kicked up. The news department is just not quite all there. Anyhow, I'm tired of saying it. I've said it again. I just had to get it off my chest after listening to their show this morning, which was not The Moral Majority. The Moral Majority. What a stupid name for a show. Morning Majority, excuse me. Anyhow. All right, folks. That's my rant. I feel better now. I can relax. Thanks for watching Dave TV for the 30th of November 2011. God bless you. And so there.